Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 2 of e-learning. As you can tell, I'm no longer in my spare bedroom. Yeah, my buddy, Louis the 16th, I call him Sweet Lou. He allows his closer friends to call him Lou or Louie, but I go with Sweet Lou. He actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to have a little soiree here at Versailles. You interested in coming?" I explained to him, we're experiencing this COVID-19. It's not as bad as the plague, but at the same time, it's pretty scary. And he said, "You know what? It's okay. You should come anyway. It's going to be super fun." I explained the whole social distancing thing to him. He said, "Well, fortunately, the Palace of Versailles is enormous, and we can still have a lot of people together and all safely and adequately social distance." So, I just jetted off in my private jet, and here I am, the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles. So hopefully you are safely social distancing. Hopefully you are hanging out at mansions and palaces like I am. If you're not, that's okay. We're still going to continue to cover AP European history though. So here is the plan of what I want to go through with you right now. I want a quick review Monday. I want to go through with you what we're going to be working on today, and then get you just a little bit more information on the AP review project, as well as some upcoming dates. So let's quick look at what we did yesterday. Yesterday, I asked you guys to watch the directions for the AP review project and to get signed up and start to think about with your partner what you guys are going to be putting together for this thing. I also asked you to watch a video that looked at the AP test protocols. I'm going to get you the information as soon as I know it. That video is as up to date as I've got right now. So we're just waiting on the College Board to make some calls. Okay, so stay tuned for more information on that. I then asked you to read the article that looks at the age of anxiety and write a paragraph response and get that uploaded to Schoology. So that was kind of the goals for yesterday. Let's take a look here at the goals now for today. Well, you've got till tonight at 11:59 to get that age of anxiety updated, or completed, I should say, and uploaded to Schoology. I'm going to want you to continue, as it says here, continue to work on your review project. Okay, now I have the resources, the AP test review project loaded for you right down there. I also, as you can see, put together kind of this just at a glance view for you of what we're going to be doing each day. So today, Age of Anxiety is to work on your review project. Tomorrow, work on that review project. I also wanted to quick touch on this before I get into some more details on the project. I'm going to be hosting a Zoom from 11 to noon tomorrow. You can just pop in, get your questions answered on the project, and then, just duck out whenever you need to. It's not that you have to be here the whole time. If it goes longer, that's fine too. But I just want to be sure that you guys are getting your questions answered. So I'm just going to have it open. I may be still at Versailles. Got a couple friends at Buckingham Palace, so maybe I'll be there. I'm not necessarily quite sure yet. I'm a mover and a shaker, so who knows where I'll be. But I'm going to be hosting that Zoom. So you're just going to come here. I'll have the username and password for you so you can get logged in and get your questions answered. If that doesn't work for you, email is still a good thing as well. Thursday, you can see work on your project. And then Friday, chapter 22 and 24 study guide. You're going to take pictures of that when you got it done and get them uploaded. And then take the formative quizzes for chapter 22 and 24 as well. So that's going to be your work. Okay? Now, let's get into a little bit more on this review project. So what you are going to be doing, remember, here is kind of your base spot for all of the information for our project, all the steps we're going to be going through. Now, what I want to show you or point out for you today, we're going to jump into the project directions, okay, which is going to open this up. That project directions link, this is all of the information that you really need for this project. This is going to be kind of a resource base for you. You can see once again, here's the rubric. We beefed this up a little bit to give you a little bit more info on who and what and where and some details, okay? But what I really want to kind of talk to you about today, as we're looking at this, is just some things to consider for this project. I think the biggest things to consider before you and your partner get too far in is to take some time and look over some of the thematic resources that we have. I think the worst thing to do is to start at page 1 of that textbook and go, okay, we've got the Renaissance. Page 1, what do we need to tell them? Page 2, what do we need to tell them? That's just not going to work, okay? So we know the information, remember. We've learned it. It's your job to give us the big people, the big players in that time period. It's your job to give us the thematic review of it. What are the big things that happen? What are the overarching themes of it? How does this connect to other time periods? What is the significance of this? Again, what we don't want is a who's who. So before you get started in that, take a look at the AP at a glance and some of the thematic review resources that we have. Let me show you. So if we come back to our review packet here, right here, this is one thing. This is from the College Board. So you can come here and take a look at this. Again, this is a super zoomed out version of what you are going to be doing. But if you have Renaissance and exploration, here's some big things and big picture items to be thinking about. If you have absolutism or constitutionalism, here's some big thematic things to be thinking about. Some other ones that I want to point out to you. This AP Euro review packet. I like this one because it gives us a lot of really good questions to be asking ourselves. So again, if we scroll down here and we take a look, if you have the Renaissance, here's some questions that you can be thinking. Again, please do not just go down the line and tick, 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 tick it off the list. What I want you to do, it's your job to put this together as a partnership, to put this together to help us all review as a class so we can do the best that we can on this exam. So I think it's important, as I jump back into my PowerPoint here, to really look at some of these resources before you get too far into it. Okay, like I said, don't start on page 1 and go from there. That's not going to be effective. Also work a little bit as you are finally done with your presentation and recording your video. Work a little bit on your vocal variety. And what I mean when I say vocal variety is do your best to avoid appearing to be a robot. It seems really awkward that I'm being this animated in a video when I'm at a party or a soiree in Versailles, but it really does help the listener stay engaged. So you have the ability to do retakes. So if you do a recording of a slide and it isn't good, delete it and do it again. Trust me, this is the 37th version of this video that I've made. So you just keep doing it until you find one that works. Make it as fun as you can. Remember, your classmates are going to be watching this back. So work a little bit of humor in if you can. That is school appropriate, some of you. Work a little humor in. Try and use that vocal variety to keep it interesting. The other thing is when you get to the portion where you're writing your test questions, when you're writing your questions, it's okay to look on the internet and use other people's questions. Mr. Paler and myself do that all the time. Your questions should not have a stimulus with them. They should just be a multiple choice question. But it's kind of your job to find the best questions that fit with the thematic approach that you've used to your material, okay? And remember, in the end, we are helping each other prep for the test with these. So the better job that we can do, the more effort that we put into these and the more entertaining we can make them and engaging, the better we're all gonna do on the test. So if you have any questions, again, remember, as I jump back here, on Wednesday from 11 to noon, I'm going to have that Zoom for you. If there's a different time that works for you, if 11 to noon doesn't, reach out to me via email and I can set up another time for you. Okay, so hope you are healthy, hope your family is healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of each other from a safe distance. I got to get back. Louis is actually making me breakfast in the kitchen, so I got to get back there. Have a good day, and I'm going to check back here on Wednesday. I'll be back.